Hey team, so in this video I want to quickly show you how you can adjust the coloring and overall quality of your video footage in the CapCut program. So I already have a clip on my timeline of the wonderful team over in Utah, and the first thing I have to do is select my clip, and you'll see in the top right panel you'll see that video is selected. So you just want to go all the way down to adjustment, and that'll bring up where you can alter the coloring and the overall look of your video footage. And they have a bunch of options for auto adjust and things like that, but most of the time I really just want to go in and change the tiny details. So I'm going to come down here to the color option. The first thing you'll see is the temperature. This sort of affects the overall warmness or coolness of your video footage. As you can see, if I slide it to the left towards the blue, the clip gets much cooler. If I slide it to the right towards the yellow orange, it gets much warmer. Same thing with the hue. You can go from green to purple. I don't always use this feature, but if you really wanted to emphasize the purple in a video footage, especially here in your mortgage, you could slide over the hue to the right and it'll help you do that. The next one you'll see is something that I use a lot, saturation. This will affect the vibrancy of the colors that already exist in your video footage, so you can think about it as sort of amplifying the colors that are already present. You're not adding any artificial color. So if I slide that up, as you can see, it gets much more saturated, much more vibrant, but it also brings out some colors that you might not necessarily want. So you could also go towards the other end and it'll make it black and white. It's sort of however you feel about the video clip, what looks best to you, but typically you don't want to alter these three things too significantly to change your video clip. As you go lower, you'll see some things that are more recognizable, like the brightness. Obviously that makes it brighter or darker. The contrast, that'll help discern the different depths of field in your video footage and help maybe the subject stand out from the background. You can highlight, which will bring out any lights that are in the back of the footage or any whites. And then you can do shadow and illumination. Down here, as you can see, there's a sharpen slider. So let's say your video footage is a little grainy or a little blurry and you want to see if you can help clear it up a little bit in post-production. I would slide this sharpen tool to the right and it makes it just a little bit more clear and it makes it look like it was maybe shot in a higher definition. A lot of times this can get very noticeable if you do it too much, so I don't want to encourage you to go all the way, but you can definitely play with the sharpen tool a little bit. And then you can also play around with the particles and fade, which add some cool effects to your video footage. Overall, the main things you want to worry about is the temperature, your saturation, and your brightness. But as always, if you have any questions about how to improve the video quality or the coloring in your video clips, let me know.